Hey guys, it's Brie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a foundation wear test and a first impressions video. I picked up a bunch of new products to try out and I'm just going to be testing some of them in this video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. And if you want to get ready with me and see how these products work, just keep watching. So I am going to prime with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I did wash and moisturize my face, so it is ready to go. Now I broke out after the first time that I used this, but then I used it again and I didn't break out. I think it was just the timing of testing this out. So I was waiting for this breakout to clear up, which it's seriously been there forever and it still looks like it's still healing. The foundation I'm testing out is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. When this launched, I wanted to buy it so bad, but I don't know why I just never got this one. I have bought so many foundations since then, and so I finally picked this up. It has been on my list for a while. I watched Casey Holmes, I think hers was the first one I watched, her foundation wear test, and I was like, I need that. And then the Taylor did one and I was like, okay, I really need that. So finally picked it up. So excited to test it out. And I got the shade Light Beige. I have no clue. But I also picked up a new sponge to try out, the Sonia Kashuk Makeup Blender. It's gray, white, marble, and it has a flat edge and a pointed edge, so I thought this looked cool to test out. I do like my other marble ones from this same brand, so I'm gonna try this one out today. This is what it looks like, and this is what it looks like after I wet it. It feels good. It feels like a good sponge to use on the face. Ignore my hair. I'm so excited for this. I don't know why. I really eyeballed a lot from this collection and slowly got stuff from it. So this is what the bottle looks like. I'm so excited. Natural matte finish, comfortable to wear. Your skin looks smoother. It is oil-free, 14-hour wear, oil-controlling, photo-friendly, and shine-free. This is gonna be a later foundation wear test. Today it was so cold, so our schools had a 2-hour delay because of how cold it was. So that kind of threw off my whole day. But I am just gonna pick this up on my Morphe M439 and use that on one side. Ew. I hate the scent. This might be a little too dark for me, but we're getting kind of close to summer, so I think it will be a good summer shade. I'm gonna drag that down the neck to try to get it to match. Now my skin is more dry right now, so we will see how the Comfort Matte looks on drier skin. The scent is so bizarre. I would just rather not have my foundation smell. Okay, so this is one layer. I think it has pretty good coverage. So you can see the difference, one layer with a brush, nothing on this side. So then I'm just gonna pump out a little bit more. Okay, this does look like it dries down a little bit darker. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right here is where it's dried down and that is where it's wet. I'm not sure if you guys can see the difference, but I definitely can see it drying down a little bit darker. It's a small difference. I'd say maybe half a shade, but blend this out. So how I normally like to apply my foundation, I will go in and blend it out with a brush first, and then I go over the top of the foundation with a sponge. I get better coverage with less product using a brush, but then I just go over the top of it because I like the finish better with a sponge, and that seems to work perfectly for me. See over here, some of my redness is still coming through. You can still see quite a bit, whereas over here it looks almost full coverage. It's very high coverage, not all the way full. I could add a little bit over here. So I am going to take just a little bit more and I'm going to blend that out with my brush to try to get both sides to match. Coverage wise, I definitely like the finish of the sponge side better, but you do get better coverage and use less product with a brush. But I think either would be fine. You would just need to build up a little bit more using a sponge. Right off the bat, I love the coverage. I think that it's drying down really nicely. It doesn't even feel like you need to set it. I am gonna set it though, because I always set my face, but I'm just gonna go over all of my face with the sponge. So this is what my skin is looking like. I think that it looks pretty good. You can see, I mean, these were really like bad spots and they're just taking forever to heal and you can only kind of see them. So I think it covered everything really nicely. I do think that I could have built it up to complete full coverage, but I didn't feel the need to. This definitely is a darker shade than I thought. I did not pick up a new concealer, so I'm just going to go in with the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. And then I picked up the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. I've heard really good things about this, so I'm going to use this to set under my eyes and to set my T-zone. Okay, so I just used that concealer and my thing is the concealer is great. It is really full coverage. I think it looks awesome. No matter what, my under eyes will always crease and they have texture, so it doesn't look perfectly smooth. Looking at my viewfinder though, I think it looks really good. But I think that that powder and that concealer looks beautiful. What a nice combo with that banana powder. I've never used a banana powder, I don't think. Have I? I don't think I actually have. So, but I think that is beautiful. It looks really nice too. So this is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder, and I think this had to be only like $5. So I'm just gonna go conceal and set the rest of my face and I will be right back. Just using this LA Girl Pro Face Powder. It is their pressed powder to set the rest of my face. So we're gonna call the check-in time 12:30 for the foundation. Oh, that's gonna be so late. I will try to keep it on as long as possible. I'll try to keep it on for at least 8 hours. If I can stand it, I will try to go longer. I picked the Too Faced Bronzed Peach. They had this at TJ Maxx for $11. These are really weird because this is called a melting powder bronzer, where it is like a balm. And I'm not sure how you're supposed to use it. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. Oh, that's a nice shade. It makes me worry because I don't know how to use it. Do I put it on with a brush? Do I put it on with a sponge? Tip, use your fingers or kabuki brush for application. I'm just going to use this Luxie Round Top Blender and we shall try this. There's a little bit of a sheen to it. This will be really pretty in the summertime, I think. It does kind of look like it might be picking up the foundation a little bit right here. Yeah, I do feel like my redness starts coming through when I start blending this. So maybe, because it says it's a cream to powder, so it doesn't say like not to use over powder. So maybe I would just need to, I'm gonna go over it, just the top of it with my sponge a little bit. Yeah, maybe if I went in before I powdered and used this, maybe it would work better that way. But I actually don't think that it looks bad at all. Made me very nervous when I opened it and felt the consistency I was like, that is not my thing. It actually seemed like it blended out fine. I almost always feel like once I start putting everything on my face, I always feel like, I don't know, like my redness or something comes through on my cheeks. And it just has like a glow to it. It's not glittery or anything like that. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. That worked a lot easier than I thought it was going to. This is another new product I picked up to test out. This is the Essence Matte Touch Blush. This is what it looks like. And this is in the shade 10 Peach Me Up. So I'm just gonna take this Morphe M437. Oh good, there's actually not very much fallout at all. See how it goes over this bronzer. The bronzer is supposed to be melting powder bronzer, so I think it's supposed to dry down. It still feels a little tacky to me right now. Wow, I went heavy with that blush. Oh my gosh, why did I go so heavy with that? I feel like it was grabbing a lot more because of the bronzer. Maybe I should have waited, because I definitely don't feel like that bronzer has dried down all the way yet. Lately, I've just been going more and more overboard on my blush. I feel like I go so heavy-handed now, when I used to literally despise blush. I actually don't think that I'm gonna contour. I think that this looks fine. Okay, so for highlighter, I picked up the Colourpop SuperShock Cheek in Lunch Money. I've heard these are great. And I think I'm gonna use my sponge to try to apply it. I picked up, I feel like, a lot of cream stuff for someone who doesn't use cream products. Ooh, that is pretty. Okay, that blended out perfectly fine over that powder, and I used my sponge to blend it out. That worked perfectly fine. I think that looks really good. It doesn't look textured at all. Okay, so I just grabbed the ABH lipstick in Kiss. I picked this up at TJ Maxx. This is in the shade Milkshake. So I'm just gonna put that over the top of that lipstick. And I've never tried their lip injection, but I've actually heard that this is like the best plumping gloss, so we shall see. So then I'm just gonna take the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go finish up this eye look and I will be right back. So I just finished up the eye look and this is the finished makeup look. I am so excited. I think that this foundation looks beautiful. It is currently $12.55 and this is what my skin is looking like. The check-in time is $12:30. I think it looks really good. I also did use a ton of new products on my face on top of the foundation, so I will be continuing to test this foundation out. I might do an update video on a bunch of the new products that I've been testing out, just to kind of round up and give you my current thoughts on them. If you guys want to see that, let me know if you're interested in it. But I think this foundation looks beautiful. I'm just gonna go through the newer stuff that I tested out. The lip injection stuff, that is intense. That is an intense, like, burning sensation on my lips. So I don't know how I feel about that. The Brighten Up powder I think looks beautiful under the eyes. I think that I'm gonna enjoy this powder a lot. I'm gonna test it out with a couple different concealers and kind of see what looks the best under my eyes, but I think it gives a very beautiful highlighted effect under the eyes. I was so nervous for this Too Faced Bronze Peach just from the consistency. Feeling the bronzer on my forehead, it still feels a little like there's a little bit of something. Like, it still feels a little bit tacky, so I think that's why my blush went on so intensely. You might need to use this as a cream bronzer and then go over it with powder. Right now it doesn't feel like too horrible, but I do think that it really grabbed my blush. The blush that I used is really pretty. I've heard really good things about this, and these are only a couple dollars, and the shades that they have are beautiful, so I'm excited to try this again. And then the Colourpop highlighter was beautiful. It went over the top of my powder perfectly fine. I used a sponge, a damp sponge that was kind of dried out because it was dampened beginning of my makeup and now is a little bit dry. So this blended it out perfectly. I don't see any weird lines, any separating, nothing like that. I just think it looks really beautiful. It doesn't look too textured actually, but I think this is beautiful. This I got in the shade Lunch Money. I'm not sure if I said that before. But those were all the first impressions I tried in this video. This is what my makeup looks like. I am going to do a couple check-ins before the end of the night to show you guys how the foundation is wearing on me. Like I said, the check-in time is 12:30. So I will see you guys in a couple hours for my first check-in. Okay guys, so it is 4:27, so almost 4 hours after putting my foundation on, and this is what it is looking like right now. I'm gonna bring you guys in a little bit closer and turn the lights down. Okay, so I turned the lights down so that you guys can see. I'm just gonna look really close at my makeup. Look at my janky eyeliner. I just can't do it. So you can see it is all still there. I think it looks really, really good. Really good. It's getting a little cakey on my chin. Always happens with every single foundation. It's not looking super cakey, but I can see it happening, and that always happens. There is settling into my lines, but it's very minimal compared to a lot of foundations that I use. The creasing is very, very minimal. Wow, I just think that this looks really good. It also looks a little cakey around my nose, but I also bring my concealer down my nose, and so that could be the concealer looking more cakey, which is what it looks like to me. I already took my lipstick off. It made it like 2 minutes after filming, and then I was done. But so far, 4 hours in, I think that it looks really, really good. So I'm excited to see this at the end of the night. I'm gonna try to keep it on till at least 9. So that's 8.5 hours wear time. I will try to keep it on longer if I plan on staying awake. So I will see you guys at the end of the night for my last check-in. Okay guys, so it is 9:32 p.m. So I made it 9 hours with this foundation on, which normally I don't make it that long. I think that it's looking really good. It looks really good on my forehead. I'm actually really surprised. I feel like usually foundations settle so bad in my lines up there. It's not rubbed off anywhere except for my nose right here, but my nose keeps running, so it doesn't look any more cakey around my nose than it looked earlier today, and my chin doesn't look terrible either. I think that this looks really good. Okay guys, so those were all of my thoughts on this foundation and any of these new products I tested out today. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. I upload 3 every week. Like I said, I did film this eye look, so I will link that down below if you guys want to check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.